Good morning, everyone. My name is Abigail Bates, and today I would like to discuss a very controversial topic. This topic has really been a struggle for both our government and our country. It has two very strong opposing sides that both make great arguments. Today, I would like to highlight some of the moral issues, money issues, and alternatives to defunding Planned Parenthood. A lot of people don't understand what the ultimate goal of this debate is. It goes beyond whether you are pro-life or pro-choice and ultimately boils down to the challenge of accommodating both the protection of babies as well as the protection of women's healthcare rights. For those of you who may not know, Planned Parenthood is a major United States women's health care provider. It has been around for about 100 years and has over 700 locations. At those locations, it serves about 2.7 million patients. Services offered at Planned Parenthood include abortion, breast exams, pap tests, birth control, and STD testing, as well as STD treatment. There are many moral issues incorporated with viewing Planned Parenthood. For those who feel as if it should be defunded, moral issues are perhaps the major reason why. Those supporters of defunding Planned Parenthood argue that it facilitates immoral behavior. It may be that it encourages teens to perform risky behavior because they feel as if Planned Parenthood could be like a cushion for them. And with that being said, it in a way allows women to avoid their responsibilities especially regarding their sexual relationships and sexual actions. For those who are strong supporters of Planned Parenthood, they argue that it is a safe place, that the healthcare services they provide are necessary, and they especially argue that the abortion services only comprise about 3% of the total operations at Planned Parenthood. And they also really advocate that it is a major birth control distributor. But I would like to draw attention to the chart that I have here. It lists all the services of Planned Parenthood and the percentages of services in 2013. Here it has STD testing and treatment listed as the most services performed. I would also like to draw attention to the fact that the abortion part is labeled as only 3%. However, the argument that those supporters make about the 3% of abortion goes farther in depth than just what it seems at surface level. That 3% in 2012 comprised of over 327,000 terminated pregnancies. Since 1973, over 58,500,000 American lives have been lost due to abortion. A way that we can visualize these numbers is if you take that 327,000 aborted babies in 2012, that would be enough to fill Yankee Stadium about 6.5 times. Another way that we can really visualize and understand these numbers is that every 97 seconds, one preborn child dies at Planned Parenthood. This chart shows the pregnancy services provided at Planned Parenthood in 2010. Concerning pregnancy services, 8.6 of them were prenatal, 0.2% of them resulted in adoption referral, and 91.2% of pregnancy services ended in abortion at Planned Parenthood. Another very deciding factor for the funding or defunding of Planned Parenthood, of course, comes down to money. Planned Parenthood is federally funded by the government, so therefore uses taxpayers' money. Many feel as if they do not want their money to go towards an organization that they don't support. In a 2014-2015 audited report of Planned Parenthood, it shows that their spending has increased, and it also shows that their funding by the government has increased, which means that more of our tax dollars are going towards this organization. Planned Parenthood has also been in the news multiple times regarding scandalous situations and accusations. There were videos released of doctors in Planned Parenthood discussing their methods for harvesting baby parts and organs. One doctor also was shown stating, quote, less crunchy methods for extracting whole specimens. There were also videos released of employees discussing the selling of fetal tissue that was extracted at Planned Parenthood. This controversial time really sparked a need for supporters of Planned Parenthood to advocate and advertise more for their services, but it also was a major push for supporters of defunding Planned Parenthood to get the ball rolling and to make changes and to stop this organization. There are many alternatives to Planned Parenthood. Senator Ernst offered in a debate in the Senate that she would propose legislation that would defund Planned Parenthood, but take the money and use it to support other healthcare centers around the country. Now, these healthcare centers would be closer to communities and maybe would better know the people that they are serving, but they also would provide the same services. So there would be no lack of healthcare services for women in these communities. Legislation that was also offered in the Senate would not reduce funds for women healthcare at all. It would simply just remove them from this organization that was at the time involved in these scandals and place the money in multiple healthcare centers around the country. The decision about defunding Planned Parenthood is again not a pro-life or pro-choice decision. It is how taxpayers feel that their money should be spent, and a lot of people feel as if though they don't want to contribute to a organization that may or may not be dishonest about their operations. The Senate did already vote to defund Planned Parenthood, but this decision was vetoed by President Obama. And this just goes to show how controversial this topic is and how hard it is to find a common ground to appease both sides. This situation definitely still has a long way to go regarding a conclusion and regarding changes that need to be made. However, I think it's important that both sides keep an open mind, and I hope my discussion with you today has prompted you all to think about what side you are on. Where do you stand? Where do you want your tax dollars to go as American citizens? And just to get the ball rolling on the direction that we want this country to head. Thank you all so much for joining me today and for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thanks again.